Today, I'll be taking a look at Wild West Cowboys of Mesa from Oni Press, which is part of the Nacelverse comics based off of 80s and 90s toy lines. It's written by Matt Hodson with the art by Juan Gedeon, and the main cover being done by Juan Gedeon. I was a fan of the cartoon show, so I am looking forward to seeing how this comic turns out, as well as happy to see that the brand is making a comeback with a new comic, new animated series, new apparel, new toy line. So we'll see in what direction this comic will go in. So far, the comic is only slated as a 4-issue miniseries to serve as a prequel to the upcoming show. But if the comic does well, they might upgrade it to an ongoing. So we'll see. The comic starts off with a younger, more inexperienced Moo Montana before he became a marshal, where he's under the tutelage of a horsewoman named Sheriff Mary. And Sheriff Mary instructs him in a lesson of the Code of the West, but they're interrupted by a group of 4 armadillos who are robbing either a ram or a sheep. The Amordillos, who speak in a French accent and very much have that Mirage Comics look, which makes sense considering the Wild West Cowboys of Mesa were created by Ryan Brown, who was a Mirage artist. Sheriff Mary and Moo Montana confront the armadillos and end up in a standoff, where one of the armadillos grabs the person they were trying to hide as a hostage, but in the standoff, Moo is unable to get a clear shot, and the leader of the armadillos ends up shooting Sheriff Mary. The armadillos escape as Moo grieves over Sheriff Mary, only for her to pop up and reveal that the book, The Code of the West, that she had been carrying under her shirt blocked the bullet, and thus implanting in Moo the importance of the Code of the West, which will become one of his major character beats in the future. And then we jump forward in time to now Marshal Moo Montana arriving in Cowtown, where he discovers that Mary Quine, the sheriff, who was his mentor, has gone missing. And the mayor, Oscar Baloney, and the deputy, Terrible, are announcing to the town that because of all the disappearances, taxes are going to be going up. Which is where we're also introduced to a number of classic Wild West Cowboys of Mesa characters like Buffalo Bull, Boot Hill Buzzard, Saddle Sore, Calamity Kate, and Lily Bullvine, as well as a number of the other minor characters. It's revealed to the readers fairly early on that Mayor Baloney is corrupt, Deputy Terrible is also corrupt. They do not want Marshal Montana there, but they have no choice. After Moo Montana leaves the mayor's office, he ends up running into Cody Calf, who is the precocious kid character who idolizes the main character. And then we quickly go over to the Tumbleweed Saloon, where we're introduced to Colorado Kid and Dakota Dude. We get a better sense of Lily Bovine and also Calamity Kate. Marshal Moo Montana ends up winning over the bar by proving that he's not like the mayor or deputy, and that he's actually is honest. And he ends up winning over Lily Bovine, who runs the Tumbleweed Saloon, as well as also had a will they or won't they relationship with Moo in the original cartoon show. But as they're fraternizing, they hear yelling from outside, and Cody has been grabbed by a horse stranger who's covered in head to toe in a steampunk-like armor. The mysterious stranger introduces himself as Dark Horse. So now Marshal Moo Montana finds himself in a very similar situation to how the comic started, in a standoff situation with the perpetrator holding a hostage. Terrible shoots the Dark Horse, with to no effect. Dakota Dude chucks a barrel at him, and nothing happens. Colorado Kid tries to lasso Cody away, but Dark Horse cuts the rope with a wrist gauntlet, and then throws spur shurikens at Lily Bovine, but Moo ends up blocking it with his body. And so Dark Horse escapes with Cody, as terrible, and Moon Montana's inability to work together allows Dark Horse to escape with Cody. I'll say that I thoroughly enjoyed this comic. It's definitely going for a more serious vibe than the original, far more lighthearted and comedic cartoon, but there is enough comedy so that it's not too dark or serious. This is definitely an action book for sure. They have some like the type of puns that the original cartoon had, but it's more reserved in this book. I am very happy to see that the writer is able to capture the voices of the characters, which a lot of comics based off cartoons tend to have trouble doing. It was interesting to see Moo Montana before he became a marshal and how different his personality was when he was younger compared to how he was in the original cartoon, as well as also getting a little bit of more backstory. And it was also cool seeing Moo meeting Colorado Kid, Dakota Dude, Lily Bovine, and the other characters for the first time, as well as also showing off some of their skills. Though I did notice at times where the more serious, stylized action type art did clash with the more comedic, silly nature of the property, where in some panels, characters look inconsistent or strange or bizarre in ways that weren't intended. As well as also, it was cool to see some new villains with the Amordillos, as well as also with Dark Horse. So far, this comic's gotten off to a pretty good start, and I'm looking forward to seeing the remainder of the miniseries will be like. And I recommend it to people who are fans of the franchise, as well as also people who are new to the IP. Till next time, see ya.